In this installment, we're going to be going over the NBA bets for Sunday, April 27th. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for our April 27th Sunday slate we got going on in the NBA playoffs. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetShetsD. Also, don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about that Patreon. Right now at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 9.98 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 10K, and we're well on our way because you guys are showing up each and every single day. If you already subscribed, continue to like and comment. That helps the YouTube algorithm so we can grow to a much broader audience. All right. Now, going into the Patreon here, we had a very, very good Friday here. We had our two-leg baseball parlay that came through Athletics and Rangers. That was at plus 174. And then our top play of the day was the Milwaukee Bucks -5. They came through and bounced back in game 3. We had 2 tickets on that one there, and that cashed very easily. All right, so if you want more winning plays, sign up for that link provided down below. Get connected to the community that we're building. You're getting access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. I'm partnered with BetStamp and Sign Up Expert to provide you guys with an easier way to sign up with any sportsbook in your area. If you go to the link in the description down below, you will be directed to this page you see here. It automatically displays all available sportsbooks in your area plus their current promotions. For example, you could take the plays given in this video and apply it to any other sportsbooks you don't currently have and reap the rewards. Now let's get into the slate. In the Little Caesars Arena here. But before we go into this Knicks versus Pistons, yesterday's video, we are 1-3. Just want to go over the rec. Well, we're waiting on the Warriors Rockets game. All right, we were off on the first 3 games here. We're looking to bounce back. The Heat did not come through. Thunder decided to squander their lead in the fourth quarter. They didn't really care at all. They didn't show up. And then Clippers lost, and we're waiting on Rockets Warriors. So hopefully the Warriors can come through so we can get a win, at least one win on that video. So we're going to look to sweep in this one right here. All right, now Pistons versus Knicks. Looking at this matchup here for game number 4, the Knicks were able to steal game number 3 in the Detroit Pistons' first home game of the playoffs here. Pistons are very slight home favorites, -135, with the comeback of the Knicks at a +110. Point spread is a pick'em here at a 1.5. The total is at 217. Okay. Public bet percentage here: 62% of the bets, 74% of the money on the side of the Pistons. More public are slightly coming in more on the Knicks here. More sharp money's coming in on the Pistons. But the point spread here is one-sided. 56% of the bets, 52% of the money, both on the Knicks to cover this number. So essentially, they're trying to play it safe, give me the points, and move on from there. So this is kind of a little bit public here with the point spread here since it's so close of a number. 91% of the bets, 90% of the money here on the over 217.5 on the total. All right, let's see for the injury report here as this loads up for you guys here. Now, everything should be fine here. Mitchell Robinson is the only one with a game-time decision, okay? So we're waiting on news about Mitchell Robinson. Detroit Pistons, it's the same guys, all right? Jaden Ivey has been out for the majority of the season, and Isaiah Stewart is a game-time decision. So we're going to wait on news on both of those centers here in this matchup, all right? If we're looking at game number 3, the Knicks were able to – it was a collective effort here. The reason why they were able to stay, and this is the way it has to happen, all right? Since they have a short lineup here, he only goes around 8 to 9 deep with Tom Thibodeau. and the starters showed up. All right, you had 4 starters with over 20 points. That's why it was so dominant in that game. That's the reason why they were able to hold that lead and get that win against the Pistons. Pistons were fighting back very, very valiantly there, and it was a big game from Cade Cunningham, Tim Hardaway, and the bench showed up as well for the Detroit Pistons. All right, this particular game here, my favorite aspect is going to be the total. I like the over 217.5. I think these both teams are going to be putting up big points. I expect the Pistons to get in a better flow of offense, especially with their starting 5. Tobias Harris struggled last game, as well as still Asar Thompson hasn't showed up, and we're looking for a little more consistency on the boards with Jalen Duren. Duren banging down low. He needs to get double-digit rebounds, all right? They need to make sure they at least keep it even here with Karl Anthony Towns going down low as well, all right? So I like the over 217.5, and I think the Detroit Pistons are going to get at least one game here at home and tie this series at 2-2, all right? We're going to fade the public on the point spread. Give me Pistons -1.5, and give me the over 217.5. In the Target Center here, we have game number 4 between the Timberwolves and the LA Lakers here. And with the Timberwolves with a 2-1 lead, very interesting here in this spot for the Lakers and LeBron James and Luka Doncic. Looking at the current odds, Timberwolves -150 on the money line with the comeback of the Lakers at a +125. Point spread at a 3.5. Total points at 208.5. Public bet percentage here, 56% of the bets, 84% of the money on the side of the Lakers. Sharps are coming in more on the side of the Lakers. Public is a little bit more on the side of the Timberwolves. As you can see, it's almost 50-50. It's 56-44. For the point spread, 60% of the bet, 64% of the money on the Lakers to cover the 3.5. All right. So Publix and Sharp are agreeing on that point. And then for the total, 90% of the bets, 87% of the money on the over 208.5. All right, looking at the injury report here for both of these teams, Maxi Kleber is going to be out of this game, and then Rob Dillingham, the rookie point guard for the Timberwolves, is going to be out as well here. What we've seen in game number 3, Lakers showed up in that second quarter, was able to take control and take a lead at halftime. And then Timberwolves started to fight back in the third and fourth quarter. There was a big turning point in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes left. This was a very close game, and the efficiency of the Lakers faltered in that last 4 minutes. And then the half-court offense from Anthony Edwards was phenomenal, and that's how they pulled away in this game. It was the last 4 minutes of that fourth quarter that decided everything here. And if you're looking at the box score, the Lakers this is not normal then, but they had 16 turnovers. This was the issue with the Lakers here, and the reason why the Timberwolves stayed close and then took over in that fourth quarter. Very uncharacteristic turnovers. 16 turnovers. You can't have double-digit turnovers if you're going to win on the road. That's a big issue. For example, only the Timberwolves only had 8, so they had half the amount of turnovers, and those are big points there, fast break points that comes off of turnovers as well, and that's what really faltered for the LA Lakers. Now, this is a game 4. This is kind of a must-win. You want to tie it up, try to regain home court advantage here. You look to get one of these 2 games, all right? So this one, trying to go against LeBron in a must-win game 4, going down 3-1, going back to LA. This team is definitely dangerous here in the Timberwolves, all right? But ultimately, you can fade me if you want. I'll take the Lakers. So give me the Lakers +3.5. If you don't want to take the Lakers, I definitely encourage the over on 208.5. I think definitely offensively, we're going to get some better, cleaner, crisper plays here. That stretch run from the Lakers there, they can definitely score on Timberwolves at a very high rate. All right. I don't know what happened. It's the turnovers. Like I said, turnovers was a big problem. But I definitely like the over 208.5. We've seen this over hit in the last, 8 out of the last 10 games if we're looking at regular season, and 2 out of the last 3 if we're looking at the playoffs as well. All right. So over and the +3.5 with the Lakers. In Kia Center here, we have the Orlando Magic going against the Boston Celtics here in the 2-7 matchup. Game number 4, Orlando Magic coming up with a nice win there in game number 3. Now to the one, all right. Opportunity to tie this series. Celtics on the road, minus 275 with the comeback at a plus 220. Point spread at a 6.5. And the total points at 197.5. If we're looking at the public bet percentage here, 88% of the bets, 90% of the money all over Boston. For the point spread, 68% of the bets, 58% of the money all over Boston yet again. And for the total points, 88% of the bets, 91% of the money on the over 197.5. All right. If we're looking at the injury report here for both of these teams, Jaylen Brown is a game time decision. Drew Holiday is out. All right. So that's a big loss there for the Celtics there. They're losing Drew Holiday, one of their glue guys, one of their better defenders as well. Orlando Magic, same guys have been out for the season, Jalen Suggs and Moritz Wagner. All right. So if we're looking back at game number 3 here, Tatum went off, but the key point in this game here, game 3, it was Tatum and Banchero who really kind of like evened each other out. See, as you can see, Tatum 36 points, 9 rebounds in that one, and then Banchero matched it with 29 points. And not only that, his partner Franz Wagner had 32. So the Celtics had a major issue trying to stop both of their big forwards there, and Wagner and Banchero. And now no Drew Holiday. You're missing one of your other main defenders that could have helped guard other guards there. And now it's really forcing a situation where you might have to double and you have a lesser defender that's going to come over. All right. They've been exploiting Al Horford and Kristaps Porzingis. That's what they've been doing as of late, and it's been working. All right. And no bench production there. That was very key from the Orlando Magic defensively. They're giving 100% effort on this Orlando Magic team. As long as they're home, and we're getting solid production from Wendell Carter as well. 12 rebounds. That is super huge there. And it was able for them to win. All right. So they came through with that win there. Now we got another situation waiting on news about Jaylen Brown, and Drew Holiday is out. All right. The value here, we're all the public on the Celtics. I got to go with the Magic. Love the Magic here in game number 4, plus 6.5 to keep this close yet again. It's the number 1 defense here versus the number 1 offense, but the number 1 defense is at home, and it showed its ugly head there in game number 3 where they held the Celtics under 100 points. So that was impressive right there. I think they're going to give it another solid effort yet again with the home crowd. So plus 6.5, and for the total under 197.5. This Magic young youthful team here is going all out. All right, and I like a possible close game here on the Orlando side. So plus 6.5 and the under 197.5. In FedEx Forum here, we have the Milwaukee Bucks going against the Pacers, 4 versus 5 matchup in this one. This one's been very exciting. Bucks bounce back in game number 3. Looking at the current odds for number 4, minus 190, the Bucks at home with the comeback of the Pacers at a plus 155. Point spread at a 4.5, and the total points at 226.5. All right, public bet percentage here, 73% of the bets, 53% of the money on the Bucks. For the point spread here, 59% of the bets, 54% of the money on Milwaukee to cover that number. And for the total points, 81% of the bets, 78% of the money on the over 226.5. All right. Now, if we're looking at the injury report here, Pacers are the one with the issue. Benedict Mathurin is a game time decision. I just checked on X. He is currently questionable for this game right now against the Bucks. Isaiah Jackson's been out for a while. And for the Bucks, Tyler Smith is a game time decision, but he's pretty much a non-factor. In game number 3, what we saw here, the Bucks stepped up, and we had the cast and characters step up for Milwaukee. It wasn't Dame Lillard where you expected. It wasn't really Kuzma either. It was Gary Trent Jr. He went absolutely insane here with 37 points, 9 threes, and that's what really propelled the Milwaukee Bucks in that first half and pulled away in the second. Bobby Portis chipped in with 10 points and AJ Green with 12. So very solid performance there from the the backup, the secondary guys and the bench of the Milwaukee Bucks here in this one. For Indiana, it really was just Tyrese Halliburton facilitating and Pascal Siakam scoring. They really didn't get much help from everyone else. And that defense of Indiana is an issue, all right? And it continues to rear its ugly head, and it's going to get them in a situation here where they're going to be looking at a tied series, all right? So in this game 4 here, with the better player on the court in Giannis Antetokounmpo, give me the Bucks to solidify home here and make this a 2-2 series. I love the money line. I'll take Bucks minus 4.5 as well, definitely. And for the total, I like a lot of points here with that weak Pacers defense. Bucks at home, they put up another big number. Give me the over on the 226.5. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetsJetsD. Also, remember, if you click on that description link provided down below, you're getting full access to the Patreon. That's daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. It's your boy Chef D. I'll be back very soon, and peace out.